Okay, we're about to start Hasbar 4:5, and we'll try something a little bit differently. I'm going to explain the Gemara before I read the Gemara. So the Gemara now is at a point where Abaye just told us that the case of the Mishnah that we just learned was about a man using an agent. He said to the man, lend me a silver coin, and I want you to take that coin, and I want you to be Mekadesh on behalf of me, a certain lady. Good. And we said the reason that doesn't work according to our Tanakama, because kapeda, we care about the guidelines. What did the agent do? Instead, he substituted a gold coin instead of a silver coin. According to Rabbi Shimon, who said there is a kedushin. Why? Because if the kedushin if the mistake is made in her favor, in this case, you go from silver to gold, and he doesn't hold of kapeda in the sense that, yes, he wants to be specific about the woman that he wants to marry, but how it's done, it's called makamara. It's just a basic guideline, and he doesn't care if the guy used a gold or silver coin. But the Gemara says now the following: if it's true that Abaye says, or Mishnah is talking about an agent, well, it's not reflected in the words of the Mishnah, because the Mishnah is always talking about a single person. The man says, "Be mekadesh to me." There was a mistake made to the woman. If it was an agent, the Mishnah would have written it differently by saying the following. So let me show you. If you look over here, our Mishnah is written, Higdashti li. The man says, I want you to be, to the woman, I want you to be Mekadesh to me. And later on in the Mishnah, when we said there was a mistake made, the woman was misled and a mistake took place, it says Hita'ah. She was misled. And finally, we use this phrase constantly, nimtza, it was found, or as I wrote, or as I said in the Hasbar, it was discovered, right? He said it was wine, and it was discovered it was honey, right? He said gold, and it discovered into silver, right? This idea of nimtza, like, I didn't really know what it was, and I only found that afterwards it was something different. If there was an agent involved, number one, higdashti lo, the agent would have said, the Mishnah would have written, be mekudash, be mekudeshet to him, to the person who sent me. Hita'u. In the case of the agent, who's misled? The man who sent the agent, because the man said to use silver, and the agent used gold. So it should have read Hita'u. A mistake was made, or the man, the groom, was misled. And finally, nimtza me'ikara. If there was an agent involved, from the very beginning, the agent knew exactly what he had. So the word nimtza, to say, oh, I didn't really know, and now I'm first finding out it's something different, it doesn't make sense to say that. The agent knew the whole time that he was using a gold coin. So it doesn't really make sense. It's really hard to read this Mishnah according to Abaye's interpretation that an agent was used because of the phraseology. I hope that's clear. Let's look inside the Gemara now. Remember, we're learning Masechet Kedushin, Perek Sheni, the second chapter, called Ha'ish Mekadesh, and we're on Mem Chet Amid Bet, and that's 48, side B. About 10 lines off the bottom with the word Ihachi. Ihachi. If it's so that the Mishnah is talking about an agent, well, the Mishnah says, Hikachili. The man says to the woman, be Mekadesh to me. If it was an agent, Hitkachi lo mi bayele. Then the Mishnah should have written, be Mekadesh to the man, to him, that the man who's sending me. Mi bayele. It needs to say, meaning the Mishnah should have written it that way. Mi bayele. It should have been written that way. Hikachi lo, that you will be Mekadesh to him, to the man who's sending me to you. And then the Mishnah again wrote Hita l'shavach, right? A mistake was made in her favor, in the woman's favor. If there was an agent involved, then it should have written Hita'u l'shvach. A mistake was made in his favor, meaning the guy, agent, used a gold coin instead of a silver coin. Mi bayele, it should have been written. That's the way it was needed to be written in the Mishnah. It should have said he ta'u l'shevach if it was about a messenger. So again, we have the same phrase, mi boye le. It needed to be written. Mi boye, again, it needs to be written. Mi boye also could also mean to question, but here it means to, it needs. And also this idea of imtza, to say that you discovered that it was something different. Me'ikara, from the very beginning when the shliach goes, Nami dizahav have. He knew he was going to use a gold coin. So it wouldn't need, the Mishnah didn't need to say nimtza, oh, we discovered something that we didn't expect. From the very beginning when the agent went, he knew exactly what he was using. So therefore, it's very difficult to read it according to Abaye that the Mishnah is talking about a man sending a shliach to mekadesh a woman, because the phraseology just doesn't make sense. It doesn't reflect that. Okay, so please take the time to summarize. And again, if you're not sure, please re-listen to the Hasbar.